Well, it's 6 o'clock in the evening, and I took my walk this morning in the rain, and it's raining now. But I was at the house, and I had this chicken thawed out that needed to be cooked, and I was getting hungry, and in my mind, while I was cooking that food, and I was boiling some eggs as well that needed to be cooked, I was making up my mind that I was going to start eating and pig out. That's what I had on my mind. And I kind of had made that decision. And when, I don't know about other morbidly obese people, but when I make up my mind, in the past when I've done that I'm going to pig out, nothing can stop me, I don't think. It's extremely rare that I've made the choice to not pig out, to not just eat whatever it was I had planned to eat. So while things were cooking, I sat on the couch and I said about a 5-second prayer, and that I wouldn't do that. And so then I got to thinking that, okay, well, I haven't done it yet. I was feeling bad, feeling guilty, and I hadn't done it yet. So I thought, you know what, that stuff needed cooking, but I can bag it up in baggies, put it in the freezer, or do whatever with it. And so that's what I did, and decided just get out of the house and take another walk. So, also, over the weekend, Sunday I have at least a splurge meal typically. Try not to be too bad. And I rented a movie, and I got a thing of popcorn that had 3 bags of microwave popcorn. So I ate one yesterday, and I had intended to bring the other 2 to my nephews, and I was having second thoughts about that, and I was going to be eating that stuff tonight as well. But I've got them in my truck, and I'll swing by their house and drop those off. So anyway, I feel good about that. I feel good about that decision, and now I'm getting a little extra exercise. I think I'm past the danger point. I have always been a happy person. Generally, throughout my whole life, I've been happy. I've never, been a person that grumbled and complained. I don't think I have. About whatever circumstance was affecting my life in a negative way. I certainly had my moments, maybe days, maybe weeks at a time, that I was unhappy, frustrated with things. But all in all, I think I've been a happy person. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that I'm a Christian. But I remember quite a few years ago now, there were some people that had an axe to grind at a job I once had, and they said that I was fat and happy. Well, I've never been happy about being fat. It's not something that I've ever been in denial about. It's something that I've always seen as my fault, something that I've done to myself, and that I have control over. And it's something that's been extremely difficult, obviously, for me to get hold of and control. So I've never been happy about being fat. Obese people. We have friends and family that love us and care for us, and they want us to be healthy. They want that for us. We should want that for ourselves, but I think we should want that for them as well. In other words, we would want for them we would want us to be healthy for them. We're worth someone loving and caring for us. Even if we didn't have any family friends that did, God definitely puts worth on us. And I think He gives us all the strength to say no to temptation. That He gives us the strength that we need to live a life where we will be content and healthy and whole. Not that it's going to be easy, but I think we all have that. As I've said in the past, I feel a responsibility for all those reasons. Life is so difficult when you can't put on your socks and shoes. It is so burdensome when you can't fit in your vehicle, when you don't want to go anywhere because you don't fit. You're not going to fit in the seats wherever you go. You don't even want to go to someone else's house because you're afraid that even if they had furniture that you could fit in, you're going to break it. And I remember years ago when I went to preaching school, I had that fear. And my brother that lives up in the Fort Worth area, they bought a special chair for me to sit in so I would be comfortable and come to their house to be with them and share time with my nieces. They did that because they knew how uncomfortable I was. So, I can go on and on. And, but we don't have to live that way. We've got to understand it's more uncomfortable. We can trade off feeling hungry at times, or wanting that food so badly and then not eating it, and then exercising and getting our bodies moving and losing weight. That's what might be uncomfortable to us, but we'll be happier people. We'll be, I think, even better people. So let's be uncomfortable in that way instead of uncomfortable in ways that we're just going to become a hermit and not be content with life and not be a good example for other people. We have aches and pains, our feet, our knees, our back, different things that make it where we can't really exercise, but we can definitely control our eating. And there's things that we can do sitting in a chair that will burn calories. People have done it before. So we need to find motivation from whatever source. We've got to continually look for it. And we've got to make up our minds that we know there's going to be occasional lapses in judgment. We're going to give in to temptation at times. We're not going to be perfect. But, if we keep going along, keep working at it, then in the end we're gonna be successful. You know, we're gonna find out just how much more we're going to enjoy life, how much more we're going to get out of our one life on this earth. You know, it's worth it. We've got to understand that it's worth it to do that, and that we are worth it. We're worth it. By the way, this jacket right here, I haven't worn it in probably a year and a half, and it didn't even come together at all and touch. And so when it was raining this morning, I thought, well, I might ought to wear a jacket, and pulled this old one out, and sure enough, I can snap it. It might be just slightly snug, but it comes together and snaps. So anyway, progress, motivation.